This is Brent of the Brookbush Institute, and in this video I'm going to show you guys the hardest dumbbell press progression I've ever come up with. I'm going to have my friend Melissa come out and help me demonstrate the asymmetrical press. Now, if you watch the multi-planar dumbbell press progression video, you might have an idea of what I'm about to show. Right, so I'm going to hand Melissa her dumbbells here. She's going to go ahead and get into good position, make sure her glutes tight, she's stabilized, she's drawn in. Now, in the multi-planar press video, we did transverse plane, 45 degrees, and then we did sagittal. What I found when I was messing around with this myself is that if you do transverse plane in one arm and sagittal plane in the other, it's really hard. It's just a really tough progression to do. And probably fairly functional, right? Like it's definitely creates some torque force that you have to stabilize, right? A rotational force that you have to stabilize for. You have to move your arms kind of independent, which is a very important thing to get down for sport. You're kind of strengthening different motor units on either side at the same time. You can imagine your shoulder girdle is having to stabilize in a fairly unique way. This is a super challenging progression. Maybe something we want to keep in our endurance stability programming, right? Maybe not something I would do like in a max strength or maybe even not even a hypertrophy program. But in that stability endurance phase where you're doing a little higher reps, I definitely give this a try. And you notice how she's switching back and forth. It takes some coordination. Is that hard enough? It doesn't look hard enough for you. Are you sure? She's having to think a little bit. That cognitive training while you resistance training is not a bad thing. This looks way too easy. Melissa, go ahead and get up for a second. You know what I'm going to have her do, right? Like, let's do this on a stability ball. Asymmetric loads on a stability ball. Melissa's core is going to have to work overtime. All right, here you go. Let's see you just knock out like 24 total, so 12 each way. No? Okay. Scoot back that way. Make sure there's no weight on your head. Her glutes are nice and tight. As soon as she drops this down, she's gonna feel how this whole thing wants to move this way, right? So her core has to stabilize really hard, and then all of this is gonna wanna shift this way as she goes this way. Make sure that the sagittal plane one, right, is elbows really close to the side with your clients, because they'll try to cheat and start trying to get here so they're a little bit more balanced. How you doing? You're starting to sweat a little bit. Is this tough? Oh yeah, gotta love to beat up clients a little bit. Guys, you have to try this asymmetric press. I mean, try the multi-planar presses first. Just get used to doing different planes on your dumbbell presses. But this right here, asymmetric press on a stability ball, has to be the hardest progression I've ever managed to come up with. How are you feeling?
Great.
Good. All right, guys, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I look forward to hearing from you.